Hi and welcome to this new video with me, Claire. I'm a hobby painter focusing on intuitive art. And today the topic of my painting will be Let Your Light Shine. I was just watching the new Michael movie, like the movie about Michael Jackson in the cinemas for 3 times already because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and my last video is actually about painting a Michael Jackson glove, so if you're interested in that, please check it out. And yeah, in the movie, one of the most striking sentences was "Let your light shine," when Michael Jackson's mother tells him to bring joy and happiness to the world through his talent. And I really loved this sentence because it struck something in me. I'm also a yoga teacher, and in yoga the philosophy is that we all have a light within us. And when we say namaste, like the greeting, the Indian greeting, it's basically saying my inner light greets your inner light. So it's like a greeting of the lights within us. And I really like this concept of having a light that's shining into the world. And I've had this sentence in my head for about 2 weeks now and have an idea of how I want to do the painting. But as usual with intuitive art, it's going to be a free process, free flowing. I'm not sure yet which equipment and what colors, etc. I'm going to use. So I'm going to show you the process right now. After this introduction, you're going to see time-lapse video in which you see the whole process, and afterwards I'm gonna show you which equipment I used, what colors, etc. and I'm gonna comment on the process itself. So enjoy and have fun. Okay, so now I'm done with the painting, and now I'm gonna first take you through the equipment that I used and what I used it for, and afterwards I'm gonna comment a little more on the process itself. Okay, so as equipment I used first of all those 4 painting knives with 4 different colors. Like I mixed those 2 colors, the dark blue with black, to get like the really dark one as a foundation. Then I used this as a pure color. Then I mixed this one with white, which turned out to be this color. And as the 4th layer I used this one. And as I said, I used those painting knives to put on the foundation. They have different kinds of shapes but pretty much, yeah, how to work with it is quite similar. Like what turned out to be is quite similar, and but still interesting that it's a bit different to handle them. Yeah, then I just used a regular brush, like one of those, and white color to paint the person. Then I used this sponge brush. I don't know if it's called like this, but this is kind of sponge material to put on like the silver layer, because I felt like this person needs to glow. And I love the use of gold and silver in my paintings, actually. I fell in love with those colors. And so I decided to make that person glow a bit more. Yeah, and then I actually wanted to do some kind of rays, like from inside the person. Like this person has like the light within her, like right in the middle, right in the heart area. And from there, I wanted to make some kind of rays, like the sun, as you can see. And first of all, I used this wooden kind of stick or wooden form, but I had to switch quite immediately because like pretty much nothing happened. So I used my fifth painting knife, and I just used like this small edge, which was quite challenging because sometimes I just had like a teeny tiny bit of ray, and then I had to kind of use it in different ways, but still it was interesting. And for the yellow gold, I actually mixed those two colors, like bright yellow with the gold one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, I like used a little pen to paint or to draw the shape of the person. And as usual, I used a hairdryer in between to make the color dry faster. Otherwise, I would have had to wait too long in between. Okay, so now that I showed you what stuff I used for my painting, I'm gonna talk a little more in the next step about the process itself. So, what did I do and why did I do it, or like how was the process for me today? So I wanted to have a painting in which I knew the background should be quite dark to make the person in front stand out. I knew that I wanted to paint a person from whose heart the rays of light are going from inside to the outside. But I didn't want to use black because it would have been too dark, and it would have felt like this person is in the dark, in the darkness, like completely, and that didn't feel good. So I used blue, and it felt like, for me, it was in the end like this person is quite in the deep ocean or something, surrounded by water or whatever. At least it looks like a bit ocean style, what came out. And I also knew that I wanted to have like a really shiny person. And I wanted her, for me it's a her, to be to be white, not black. Not in the sense of skin color, but in the sense of brightness. And then when I had the person in white on my painting, as I said, I used this kind of sponge brush to put some silver on it. And first I wanted to have it in the same shape of the person itself, but then I felt, well, it could be some kind of glow that surrounds this person. So I actually went beyond the shape of this person, and to make like a whole field of glow around her. And yeah, so then, as I mentioned in the previous part, then I tried to use this wooden stick to do the rays of light, but it didn't quite work. Like immediately I felt or I saw that it doesn't work. So I had this this fifth painting knife. I always forget how it's called in English. And it has like a really sharp edge here. So I used this, and yeah, I started to use it, and it was pretty much the way I wanted to have it, even though like the rays were always really short, because like the color only lasted for like this little ray, and I always had to extend it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do it like this, because then I had the opportunity to do like really a lot of rays, and it's not like one ray in total, but it's different parts and everything. So it looks a bit more interesting actually than like a whole line, like a complete line. So I like it a lot more like this actually. And yeah, it was quite an interesting process. Again, I had like a kind of an idea in my head how I wanted to have it. But it was a bit different than I had it in my mind. I actually wanted to have it more colorful in the beginning, or I thought I wanted to have it more colorful. But while I was painting, I thought, no, it just has to be this dark background with a really light person, so that she can stand out completely and that the rays are really like shining bright. And the person is shining bright with the glow around herself. So I'm quite happy. What I'm not happy about, I must admit, is like the length of the arms. They are quite different on each side. But okay, those are the things that happen during a painting, and it's fine. I'm not judging myself too much. It was just like in the end that like, oh, okay, the one arm is a lot longer than the other, but it's okay. But still, it was quite an interesting process again, and I'm quite happy with my result in the end. So I guess that's it. I'm not sure if I have anything more to say, so I don't want to make it longer than I have to or artificially longer. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment if you like how you found the process and what you learned maybe from it for your own paintings, for your own creativity. And if you like my videos, then consider subscribing. And then I see you next time for the next video. Thank you for watching.